Welcome to episode 5 of season 3 of the Boost Hospitality podcast. My name is Mark Simpson. I'm your host, and today is a very special episode where I get to interview Yvonne Halling. Now, for those who know of Yvonne, you'll know that she is the bed and breakfast coach. I'm going to let her introduce herself in a minute, and she's got an amazing story about how she had a property in France. Things went wrong. They moved back to the UK. Things went wrong. And she just kept on battling and fought against all adversary to become an award-winning bed and breakfast host. Now she teaches other bed and breakfast owners on how they can improve their business. And this chat today was really informative. I want everybody to listen. It's not a long interview. Listen, take notes, and put it into action. So without further ado, I introduce to you Yvonne Halling, the bed and breakfast coach.
So my name's Yvonne Halling, and I'm known as the bed and breakfast coach. I help hospitality businesses, bed and breakfast, guest houses, owner-managed hotels and inns all over the world to attract more direct bookings, to reduce commissions to online travel agencies, to fill rooms in the low season, and to charge more, even despite local competition. I came to this business 5 years ago. I've been doing this 5 years. It's all online. I have an online program that my clients go through, and I also work with clients one-on-one. I started my own bed and breakfast business in France in 2000 as a hobby business. This was before the internet. And I just rented out rooms, when I felt like it, just for a little bit of pin money because my husband's job paid for everything. So we didn't need the money, but I did it for fun. All that changed in 2004 when he lost his job. And we closed the B&B, rented out the house, went back to the UK. And over the following 5 years, some very interesting things happened to us. Some of them were extremely challenging, but what came out of it was a knowledge that I had gained about internet marketing. Because during that time in the UK, between 2005 and 2010, there was an explosion in the make money online scene. And everybody seemed to be peddling this idea that if you had a big enough email list, you could send out an email to your list and you could make money. And I got totally captivated by this idea and totally obsessed with how that worked. We set up an online business in the UK, but to be honest with you, it was so over our heads that we just didn't really understand how it worked. It was totally alien to us. And so that business kind of slowly died. And then we set up an events business, champagne events business. And we were targeting banks and financial institutions around South Manchester, where we were living at the time. So you can imagine what happened in the crash of 2008, right? We lost everything. So by 2009, we didn't have any money left. We'd gone through the redundancy. We'd gone through all of our savings. We'd gone through more money that we didn't have. Credit cards were maxed out, everything. We'd gone through everything. So in 2009, we cashed in our pensions so that we could just keep food on the table and keep, the wolf from the door. And then the final straw came in September 2009 when the rented house that we were living in the UK caught fire and was destroyed, and now we were homeless. So September 2009, a friend offered us a caravan. We moved into the caravan and we lived in that caravan for 4 months. And I don't know if you've ever had one of those moments where you just think, God, what just happened? So while we huddled around our little Christmas tree in December 2009, we were just wondering what the heck had happened. And so we decided to go back home to our home in France, because I knew that if all else failed, I could just reopen the B&B, because people come, they stay the night, and in the morning they give you money and you can go to the supermarket and get some food. It was literally hand to mouth. We were in a very, very bad way financially and emotionally as a family as well. And then another turning point came a few months after we got back to France in 2010, when, unbeknown to me, we hadn't paid for the mortgage in over a year on the French house. And so I answered the knock at the door, and to find the bailiffs there with papers to repossess our home. And I guess I had a little bit of a mini breakdown in that moment, because so much had happened, so much stuff had gone down, so many things had gone wrong, and we'd lost so much. I wasn't prepared to lose my house in France. So I decided that I would make that little B&B work well enough to support us. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I'd only ever made about 10,000 euros from it, but I set a goal that year to make 40,000 euros. And in the period from March to October, I had made that 40,000. And so I stretched my goal. And by December 31st, 2010, I had made 50,000 euros. And the following year, I doubled it to 103,000 euros. I reached number one on TripAdvisor out of 300 other properties in my region. I won lots of hospitality awards. I won an online marketing award, which is well known in the online space. I wrote a book about how I did it, which became a number one bestseller on Amazon. I was invited to speak at industry events in the UK and in the USA. And now I coach and mentor other B&Bs, guest houses and inns worldwide online.
Wow, right? That is some introduction and some story. So I went on to ask Yvonne, what was her biggest lesson that she learned when things were so crap? What was the biggest lesson and takeaway that she took away from it between 2009 and 2010? And here she is.
Great question. My biggest realization, biggest takeaway from that is that no one's going to give you permission to do anything. You've got to go for it. If you're waiting around for somebody to say it's okay, you'll wait around forever. When your back's against the wall, you've got to go for it. You can't just sit around. And if you think that you can't do it, you probably can. You probably can do it. You just have to make a decision to do it.
And the final question that I asked, this is the nugget. You got to get ready for this. What is the one bit of advice that Yvonne would give to any hospitality owner who is listening to this right now? Get ready, because this is amazing.
The biggest thing that I see that hospitality business aren't doing is having their own list of clients. They're having their own database that they can use for future marketing purposes. You must have your own database in this day and age. I don't believe that any business, hospitality or not, can survive in the 21st century without their own database. Every successful business has a customer list. The problem with Booking.com and using those guys is that they've got the list and they won't give it to you. They won't let you have their details, the details of the guests who are staying with you. So you've got to proactively get those details, and you have to guard them with your life, and you have to keep nurturing that database. You have to keep in touch with your regular communications and your interesting things via social media, via email. You have to have a community around you, and the bigger that community, the safer you'll be.
And that is my interview with Yvonne Halling, the Bed and Breakfast Coach. If you would like to go and say hi, please visit bedandbreakfastcoach.com. From there, you can find Yvonne's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of the channels that you need to speak to her on. And you can also get in contact and via email as well. Make sure you say that you found and discovered her via this podcast when you do. Before you go, I've got a massive favor to ask. If you could please go to iTunes and leave a review. Do not forget, those 5-star reviews gets virtual hugs from me. If you'd like to reach out and have a chat to me about any of these episodes so far that has been in Series 3 or Series 1 or 2, come over to Facebook. I'm there all the time, facebook.com, Mr. Mark Simpson. That's my personal page. You can see pictures of my wife, my kids, and my daily vlogs that I do every single day. All right, thank you so much for listening to the Boost Hospitality Podcast, the best hospitality podcast for independent hospitality owners who want to boost their bookings, cut down on cancellation rates, and get more time back in the day. If you would like to get a free guide right now on how you can boost your direct bookings in 5 simple steps, go to boostly.co.uk/free, FREE, input your email and get my guide. All right, have a great day, whatever you are doing, whatever rooms you are cleaning, whatever breakfast you are cooking. You can go and download episode 6 right now. And episode 6, I've lined up a special one for you because I'm going to be chatting to hospitality owners just like you.